Test Realm is going to live really soon, and I wanted to make a video just going over everything that was in this test realm and kind of give my final thoughts on all of it, good and bad. I usually do that with most test realms, so wanted to do it with this one because this test realm has been super interesting. Lots been happening. They made some changes. It seems to me now that since they're not making any big changes anymore, that this is what the live realm update is going to be, is whatever's in the test realm right now, because I'm not sure if they're going to be making any further updates. There may be small ones, but I feel like what it is now is set, and this is going to be pushed to live. So here we go. I want to go through the whole list of all the updates. I mean, maybe not everything, but most of the updates, and kind of give my final opinion on it. The biggest one is the pets, because as it stands right now, the pet changes will be making its way into the live servers really soon, and they're going to be more expensive. Like, the hatches are going to be more expensive. There's going to be like the pet updates where you can turn to your pet and all that stuff, and the pet happiness, but it's going to be a big change for people. You now are spending more for each pet hatch, which is fine in a way because they did reduce it. It's not 160. I don't even know what it is now. I think it's around 100k. What if I wanted to hatch my Rancor? Yeah, it's less than 100k now, which is fine. I mean, it's still, for people that are used to 50k or around that, 40k, this is still a big price increase. I mean, I'm not denying that. It's better than 160, but maybe they did it on purpose to like give us a crazy price, like 160k, and then scale it back and be like, oh, but now it's only 93k. So it's still a lot. People are still gonna have to farm gold for this. I don't even have enough gold in me right now to do this pet hatch because this is gonna be expensive, and for hatching multiple pets, it's gonna take people a lot of time and gold in order to do that. So pets are just going to be more difficult to make. I actually took advantage of the double pet XP benefit before this update came to life because I wanted to create a pet when it was easier. And that was, you know what, was that last week or a couple weeks ago when they had that? And I don't want to train a pet with these new increased prices because I don't want it to be more difficult to train a pet. I want it to be easier. You know, I want it to be what I'm used to. And I feel like that's like a big thing for people. So pets are getting more difficult. One thing that I really don't know why, and there's been no explanation for this, I have no clue why we're not allowed to put more than 2 talents into the search. This update makes no sense to me. I don't know why they would nerf the kiosk like this, because the 5 talents still worked. Even though some of the pets that you searched for were not available, at least you knew that the pets were there. And maybe you could wait for the 1-hour timer to expire, and then you could hatch with that pet or just keep checking. But the fact that we can only search for 2 talents is absolutely useless, and I'm not going to be using that anymore. So this little tab here is just completely done. Like, no use having this. Why would you search for only 2 talents? When I'm going for a pet, I want to have all the talents on it. I'm searching for an exact pet, and the 2 talent thing just doesn't make any sense. So this update completely ruins that for me and for everyone that wants to use it. The other thing that they reduced is the timers for hatching. When you hatch a pet in the kiosk or in person, the timers are a little bit less than they were, but they're still pretty high. Like, I think they're like 6 hours or something. I'm not really sure exactly, but I'm pretty sure they reduced them by half. So I think the timers are still like 6 hours and 12 hours, which is still a long time. Like, we're going from 5 minutes to 6 hours, and that's a big change. So that right there also increases the time it takes to create a pet. They are keeping the energy costs, I'm pretty sure. So let's check my Ultra Pet. My Ultra Pet would cost 14 energy per game. And is that the same for Mega? I'm not sure. But that's for Ultra. Maybe Mega is like 12 or something. So they increased that a little bit. And everything with pet hatching is just going to be more expensive, take more time. So that's why I recommend it for people to train pets before this, if you wanted to. Because they're just making it more difficult. And that update is going to be happening and being pushed to live realm. I don't think I see the pet promenade. Like, I never really saw that, so I don't really have... What is this? Peak. What did that even do? Oh, I redeemed that. Okay. It, like, gives you, like, a little... I think this, like, creates a row and, like, a picture. Okay. I mean, I guess that's a cool update, but... I can't check the pet promenade. I didn't really see, but I think that one's actually pretty good because it gives... the Perot potion, and it gives, I think, energy elixirs or something like that. So that one's not bad. I might actually do that when it comes out and they have that event. But overall, I've never said this for an update. Like, the only update that I said this for probably was when they changed the TC vendors to not give the enchants anymore. They removed them from the TC vendors. This is probably the only other time that I said this. But I do not want this pet update to go to live. I feel like we'd be better off if this didn't even happen. Yes, we can train games faster, but that does not offset the new prices. So I would take the current update over the new one if I had to choose. So I don't want this pet update, and I think we're better off without it, personally. The turning into your pet thing is fine, the happiness thing is fine, but the actual like training pets and hatching pets and all that just being more difficult, obviously they're just making it more difficult for players to get pets. Like, that's the whole point of the update, which kind of sucks because, you know, it's tough for me to reconcile an update that makes things harder for the players, and I feel like we've seen that a lot recently. So that's why I'm against this update. Even though I said, like, oh, it'd be better if it was, you know, 100k gold. It is better than 160. But still, like, at the end of the day, do I want this update to hit live servers? No. I'd rather not. Like, I would rather them revert it. I don't need the pet mastery. I can just dance fail forever and be happy. I trained a new life pet, and I did the dance fail all the way to ultra. And I was fine with that. You know, I can accept that it takes that long for me to train a pet. But now it's going to take longer. It takes longer now using the mastery system, waiting the 6 hours and all that stuff, than it would take for me to just dance fail and train the pet that way. So that's kind of how I look at it. So there's other things that are in this update besides just the pet updates, but I feel like the pet update is the one that's like the hardest to accept for me. But there's another one that I don't really like, and that is the item UI. So this one I really hate because when you show a pet, you want to show everything that's on the pet in one screenshot or just in one window. So when I show you guys my pet now, I can't show you what jewels I have socketed on the pet. You see my raincore there, and yes, there's sockets applied, but you have to click 2 extra times in order to see what those sockets are. So I have to right click. You still can't see it. Then I have to go over here and click adjustments, and then you can see my jewel. And also to see the spells that it has, you have to click this tab. So this is this update, I have no clue why they need to do this. I mean, pets, seeing everything on a pet is super useful in one screen. And the fact that I have to click it and then click this and all this stuff just to see that makes no sense to me. So I don't like that the stats on pets, like the extra stats, are hidden behind other tabs. That I really don't like. And that's going to be kind of sad for me because when I show you guys gear, I have to be like, oh, let's see what sockets are on it. Oh, let's see what cards are on it. And do all that stuff. Seems unnecessary to me. Other thing I don't like is this same concept applies to other pieces of gear. So for my ring, I can't see how many sockets it has on it. I can't see what I have socketed. I can't see like the full stats of the ring on one page. I have to click it and then click my adjustments to see all of this. And my suggestion here is keep the sockets on the same screen, but then this Dragoon's Shocking Set, put this in a tab. I'm okay with the item set being in a tab, but all the other stuff, obviously that doesn't have spells, but keeping the sockets on the same screen, I feel like is necessary. Just so you can quickly mouse over it, see what it has socketed and everything, and you're good to go. But this new clicking multiple times into the tabs, I really don't like. This should be in a tab by itself, the set, because you want to see what sets are applied. But the jewels, like, look at this. In a theme, themes have the most jewels out of any piece of equipment that we have. And now I have to click this to see all the jewels. And I loved seeing a theme with like full socketed jewels. I always thought that was so cool to like screenshot that and like have perfect stats on your theme, because, you know, getting these jewels is not easy. But now you can't see that. And it's kind of unfortunate. I mean, for these, see, like this, I wish this was a separate tab for every piece of gear that has a set, and you see all this stuff. And then, I mean, spells should be on the main page, I think. But I don't know. That's one thing that I really don't like about it. Yes, you can do like the comparison now. I don't even know how you do it. You click like this. This is fine. This is fine being in its own screen. I have no problem with that. But the actual like jewels, I'm really upset about because I want to see jewels in the same screen. The actual set bonuses themselves is a really good update, and I will be doing a video on this when it hits live realm because I want to show my full storm stats with 3 pieces of Dragoon gear and show you guys all the stats that I have. So going down the list, we also have the buy now on inspect. You know, you can inspect someone and see what the gear they have stitched is. Like, that's actually an update that was really good. And you can also now like buy their items or see where it's located. So that's obviously a good update. Like, that's fine. A really good update in this test run was the Fellspawn boss. That boss dropping Dragoon gear is super good. They removed the ability to dispel his bubble, so I don't think you can do that anymore. But people will probably find some better strats to farm him. And yeah, that will be an easier way to get Dragoon gear, or at least get pieces like the Vanguard gear to craft your Dragoon gear. So I think that's a good update. The new key boss is going to be super helpful for people that are farming. The first time user experience updates in Triton Avenue, obviously good. Like, that was great. And the incorporation of the pet quest into it is good. I don't really like the Willcast talents. I want to be honest. I'm not sure if I'm going to find use for them. So let me know what you guys think of all this stuff. But Test Room is going to be coming to live really, really soon. So look forward to that. And we'll see what makes it, what doesn't. I feel like how it is right now is going to be the live realm update. So we'll just have to wait and see. But thank you guys so much for watching all my Test Room videos. This is going to be the last one. And all the other videos that I make will be in live realm when the update comes out. So look forward to that. But thank you guys so much for watching my videos, for liking my videos, subscribing, all that stuff. If you haven't clicked the notification bell, please do so you know when I post more videos in the future. But other than that, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.